Instagram. Use hashtag WizardWorld or hashtag ConLife and let the world know how excited you are to be here. But let's get started. You know, whether he is the embodiment of Skynet, whether he's fighting zombies in Pride and Prejudice, or gallivanting across time and space, welcome to the stage, Matt Smith!
Hello, Portland. Wow. This is you. What's cooking? I love you too!
Alright, well, welcome to Portland.
I know, Portland looks really cool, man. I have to say, like, I flew in rather from the north. Well, from England actually, but we came in over these amazing mountains, and I sort of thought, I thought, God, this would make a great episode of Doctor Who. There's all these like madcap, snowy mountains.
I think you actually flew in on that TARDIS right over there.
Yeah, well that was that, yeah, I mean, God, I'm giving it away now, aren't I?
Before we jump into all the craziness of your life, tell us, how did you get into acting and what was the impetus to get you into showbiz?
Good question. Well, I was a footballer first. I had a teacher. Oh yeah. Hell yeah.
Guys, it's not this kind of football, right?
Oh no. Yeah. Wow, Portland's rowdy.
They've been waiting out there for like 10 hours, and so they're going to...
Oh yeah, yeah. Also, thanks for everyone that comes and queues, and I know you all pay so much money and stuff, but it's yeah, I hope you have a really nice time anyway, but thank you for your patience all day. I had a wonderful teacher who sort of encouraged me into it, and he put me in he cast me in all these plays, and I just didn't turn up because I thought acting was for girls. Honestly, and then he rang my mum, and he was like, come on, he should really be an actor. And then I did a play over the summer, and I sort of liked it, and then here I am now, talking to people in fezzes! Geronimo, indeed.
Well, you know, Doctor Who has, it's transcended culture. It's lasted decades. There's nothing quite like it. What do you think is the reason why Doctor Who has sort of...
Endured?
Yeah, endured over time.
Well, I think it's a good question. I think firstly because you can change the central character. Secondly, because the premise of it, you can go anywhere in space and time. So forward, back. So therefore, any story could be told. You know, I could set one in Portland where monsters come out of the carpet, and you'd go, all right, yeah, that could happen in Doctor Who. Like right now, monsters could come out of the carpet, and you know, turn into mountains. God knows. But the point is that you know the palette is so open, and I think I just don't know. Like the central premise is amazing. A crazy man that can be any age whisks hot chicks away. And
he's legal in some places, but yeah.
Yeah, and you know, and fights aliens, and you know, does it with wit and a toaster.
So tell us, how did you come into the iconic role, and something you were seeking out? Was it something that found you?
No, I wasn't actually seeking out. It was, my mum texted me one day and said, you should be the next Doctor Who. And I was like, this is when David was leaving. And I was at university, no, I was at university, but, you know, I'd never really watched that much Doctor Who.
I'm done.
I went for the first audition, and they were like, what's your favourite episode? And I was like, the thing is, Doctor Who is on a Saturday evening at 7 o'clock, which is a perfect time to be in a pub in England. And I was only 26. Please excuse me while I hide behind my cup. Biggest cup I've ever seen. And anyway, I got a call saying, would you like to go for this audition? And so I wore a tweed blazer and a stripy jump top, and I walked into the room, and it was in a secret hotel, and there were these goldfish in the room, so I just went and started like looking at the goldfish. What was quite nice about that was that I sort of came with no preconceptions of the show, and you know, I think with hindsight, Stephen Moffat said to me that was a good thing. Yeah.
Well, speaking of Stephen Moffat, he had this wonderful thing to say about you. He didn't write this to me or anything. You need to be old and young at the same time. An actor, hero, a cheeky schoolboy, a wise old man in the universe. As soon as Matt walked through those doors, he blew us away with his bold, brave, new take on the Time Lord, and we knew we had our man. And so, Moffat it's coming up close to an incredible era.
Yeah.
Tell us any favorite memories or with Stephen or anything that you like to kind of share about him.
I mean, actually, I think one of the things I'm most proud of is me, Karen, and Arthur, and Stephen. Actually, we came over to America in our first season. We were really keen for it to grow here, and because there's always been there's such a huge science fiction culture in the States, I think, and it's true. And we thought, we were like, well, let's go for it. And I think one of the things I'm proudest of in our legacy is that we were part of a moment in time where we literally saw it year after year. Like, we saw these rooms get fuller. And that was an amazing thing to be part of, actually.
Were you prepared for the fandom, the reaction, how it swelled?
No, nothing can prepare you for a room full of people in fezzes. It's totally ridiculous, but therein lies the beauty of Doctor Who, I think.
Tell us, as you closed your role, what was going through your mind, and you could have anticipated the past few years, and what was that sort of last day like for you?
Oh God, it wasn't easy the last day. It was, I'd done it for 4 years and I loved it. It was the same for David, and it's such an awful thing, because you come in, you've been doing this job, you walk into the TARDIS, you do this scene which is awful where you're dying, and some other bloke turns up in your costume and is like looking really nervous, going, oh, okay, which I was to David and Peter was to me. And it's a very bizarre day, the regeneration, and I remember sort of dreading it a bit, actually. And actually with my regeneration, it's one of the things, there were other takes where I pushed it a lot further, where I got a lot more upset, and part of me wishes they'd gone for those. I think they were a bit bolder and a bit braver and a bit more, he was a bit more in distress about dying. But it wasn't to be that way, so yeah, but it was sad. And then you all go to the rap party and get drunk.